Welcome to Pulse of Africa channel, your reliable place for real, up-to-date news from across Africa. If this is your first time here, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you stay updated, informed, and connected to what's really happening from across the continent. Your engagement keeps our voice alive and strong. Disclaimer: the content of this video is based on credible, publicly available information, official statements, and other authentic online materials. It is intended for educational, analytical, and informational purposes only. We do not promote hate, violence, misinformation, or political unrest. Our sole objective is to provide context-rich insight into current affairs, amplify local perspectives, and support informed dialogue across Africa and the global community. In a powerful and symbolic moment at the Kremlin, President Vladimir Putin welcomed Burkina Faso's leader Ibrahim Traoré to commemorate the 80th anniversary of Russia's victory in the Great Patriotic War. But this wasn't just a ceremonial welcome. Behind the scenes, real geopolitical shifts are taking shape, with Russia stepping deeper into West Africa as France and the West lose ground. What does this new alliance really mean for Burkina Faso's future? Is Russia filling the vacuum left by former colonial powers? And can this cooperation help stop terrorism and rebuild Sahel nations? Let's break it all down. On May 9, 2025, Burkina Faso's transitional president, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, arrived at the Kremlin in Moscow for a high-level meeting with President Vladimir Putin. The visit came during a major historical celebration, the 80th anniversary of victory in the Great Patriotic War, known globally as World War II. President Traoré's presence was not just about paying respect. It marked a new phase in Burkina Faso and Russia relations, and by extension, a major move for Russia's strategic interest in the Sahel. Putin opened the meeting by expressing his gratitude to Traoré for attending the commemoration. He recalled the contribution of 30,000 men from modern-day Burkina Faso, who fought in the Free France forces led by Charles de Gaulle during World War II. That historical reference set the stage for a larger narrative of shared struggle and mutual respect, but the conversation quickly moved to today's pressing realities. President Putin said, "Russia remains committed to helping Burkina Faso combat terrorism and extremism, which continue to destabilize parts of the country." He stressed that Russia will support the Burkinabe authorities in restoring constitutional order and the rule of law. Putin also pointed out a number of recent developments in the partnership, which included Russia's embassy in Ouagadougou, reopened in 2023 after a 30-year absence. Bilateral trade, although still small, is steadily increasing. Plans are underway to form an intergovernmental commission to oversee cooperation. In 2024, Burkina Faso Economic Days were held in Russia, showing growing interest in economic engagement. Russia will double the number of scholarship slots for Burkinabe students, offering full tuition for 27 more students this academic year. Additionally, a Russian cultural center, Russia House, was launched in Ouagadougou, offering language courses, cultural events, and outreach programs. This shows Russia is not just focused on defense, but also soft power diplomacy. On the humanitarian side, Russia provided 25,000 tons of wheat to Burkina Faso, free of charge last year, and another large shipment of food aid is on the way this month. In healthcare, there are plans for joint scientific research, building laboratories, and training sanitation workers, following a recent visit by Russia's top health expert, Ms. Anna Popova, to Ouagadougou. Putin also thanked Burkina Faso for its alignment with Russia in global forums like the United Nations. He highlighted a new consultation platform involving the Confederation of Sahel States, made up of Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, which held its first foreign ministers meeting in Moscow this April. In his response, President Ibrahim Traoré spoke with clarity and purpose. He described the Victory Day event as deeply moving and symbolic. He said he learned much about Russia's history of resistance and that this history resonates with Burkina Faso's own struggle against imperialism and modern terrorism. Traoré emphasized that current sanctions against Russia by Western powers have not weakened it. Instead, they have revealed Russia's resilience. He said this example is important for Africa, and Burkina Faso wants to walk the same path of self-reliance. He called for a major push in science education and industrial development, saying these are just as important as military cooperation. He visited the Mendeleev Institute during his trip and stressed the need to transfer Russian technological expertise to Burkina Faso and train more engineers and scientists. He also talked about the need to establish Russian university branches in West Africa. Traoré said that many African countries struggle not because they lack ambition, but because they lack access to technical knowledge. He urged Russia to help Burkina Faso build a strong domestic education system, which he sees as the foundation for national development. He also made it clear that Burkina Faso sees terrorism as a product of imperialism, not just a local problem, but a political one. He said, a strong national army is key to breaking free from dependency and reclaiming sovereignty. So far, reactions to the visit are mixed but significant. Inside Burkina Faso, supporters of Traoré see this visit as a bold shift away from French dependency and a chance to develop on Africa's own terms. Critics, especially in Western diplomatic circles, worry that growing ties with Russia may deepen geopolitical competition in the Sahel, making the region a new front line in a global power struggle. In the wider Sahel, observers in Mali and Niger, Burkina Faso's allies in the Confederation of Sahel States, see the meeting as validation of their regional cooperation model. Analysts warn that Western isolation of these states could backfire, pushing them deeper into Russia's orbit and potentially undermining Western influence in West Africa for years to come. As Burkina Faso turns more decisively toward Moscow, a new chapter is unfolding, not just in diplomatic terms, but in the wider redefinition of power, influence, and independence across the Sahel. The big question now is, will this alliance bring long-term peace and progress or deepen global rivalry in an already fragile region? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Will this cooperation benefit the Burkinabe people in the long run, or are we entering a dangerous new Cold War in Africa? Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell for more updates from across the Sahel and the entire continent. You're watching Pulse of Africa, bringing you real stories, real context, and the African voice that matters.